Impressions are the least funny form of comedy besides
Okay.
puppets. Puppets are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, there's never been a good thing about puppets.
Wow, Muppet
But
hater over here.
impressions are even
Mhm.
worse. We get it. You can do Stitch. You can do George Bush. You can
Sure.
do
Okay.
Gollum.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, hilarious. Nobody cares.
It's true. I mean, unless you're doing something like unexpected with the character, like that's how jokes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shifting Tones, a podcast with nerdy tones and shifting formats. I am your host, Sam, and I'm joined by my two wonderful, amazing, best co-hosts in the entire world, Steph.
Woo!
And Lorissa.
Hiya.
Hey, guys, welcome back. It's been like a week since we've done this last, which is crazy.
I know, wow.
I know. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? I'm switching it up. I'm shifting the tone.
Oh.
Whoa.
And I'm going to jump into my thing first as the host.
I'm excited
Whoa,
about
okay,
that. That's really
okay.
cool.
Yeah, it's not really that cool.
Oh.
But it's okay. I got my stuff to talk about.
Mhm.
So I had my heart doctor appointment today, which
You
I
sure did.
have once a year.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to scam me into like tests and things that are
Sure.
healthy for me, you know.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I've had the same medication, same heart for the last, I don't know, at this point.
I should hope it's been the same heart.
Same
since
heart,
you're
yeah.
Bored.
They haven't given me like a gorilla heart yet.
The new model.
The newest model, yeah.
Yeah. Do our listeners know about your heart condition?
I don't know. Anyways, so
Do they need to know?
That's
do they
fair.
need
They
to know?
don't need to know.
No, so I'm wearing this like thing. It's called a Zeo patch right now
Mhm.
because it's cheaper and does the exact same thing as a stress test essentially,
Oh.
without the running on the
interesting.
treadmill.
Or the almost dying.
Yeah. So if you've never done a stress test before, they put you on a treadmill, and normally it's just you walk, and then they slowly increase the incline as you go. The speed stays the same. However, the way it used to be done by a doctor who was then let go because of her practices, put me on the treadmill and then would make me like walk and then jog and then run and then sprint for like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in that time span. And just to try to see if they could trigger my heart condition, which, you know, no bueno there. I speak Spanish, Steph. I don't know if you're aware. No
Oh.
bueno.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gracias.
that
Learning
accent.
new things every day.
Yep. Cerveza. But that's pretty much all the small talk I have is my heart. Let me go into my controversial corner real quick.
Okay.
Controversial corner 2025.
Starting off strong.
Absolutely. You should be able to. No, that's not right. That's not right.
Too
Okay, it's
controversial
about.
for Sam.
No, so I was reading it. It's about binge watching shows.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of binge watching shows because I'm not a huge fan of like they drop a new show. Let's just
Sure.
I don't know, say there's a new Game of Thrones show coming up,
Mhm.
and let's just say they drop all 10 episodes a season right away,
Sure.
and you just binge it.
Mhm.
That's kind of boring because it's like
Sure.
you blow through and then it's like, oh, you're craving more for another year or 2 or 3 or however long it takes, and then if you don't binge it, there's a really good chance that you're gonna get spoiled of something if you didn't watch it. Like people are gonna already start talking about it.
Yeah.
If you want to sit down and binge a show that's been out for a while, like Steph and you and your husband are doing with One Piece, completely fine. So if you want to binge a show, be my guest. It's just like I don't like that they all come out at the same time now a lot of times.
Sure.
And it's like I kind of want that waiting weekly because it gives you something to look forward to.
Sure.
It's, you know, you don't get spoiled and then you don't get the dissatisfaction of watching it all at once and waiting a few years.
I think the weekly releases are like perfect.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I don't know. Is that controversial?
No, and I also think in the last 5 years, if you've been paying attention, that our media has been changing away from the binge model. Like a lot of the bigger shows that they're trying to get like a fan response for, they are releasing it weekly now. Or like Netflix, you know, the originator of the binge model is like releasing seasons in parts even. So like you'll get like a third of the season and then like 2 months pass and you get another.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not the worst.
No.
Okay, number 2. Impressions are the least funny form of comedy besides puppets. Puppets are bad. Nope, there's never been a good thing about puppets.
Wow, Muppet hater over here.
But impressions are even worse. We get it. You can do Stitch. You can do George Bush. You can do Gollum. Cool, hilarious. Nobody cares.
It's true. I mean, unless you're doing something like unexpected with the character, like that's how jokes work, you know, like it's an unexpected response. But
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
No impressions. Steph, I know you have a really, really good SpongeBob impression that you like to
I
do,
do not.
but I'm not going to let you do it on the podcast today
Thank
for,
goodness.
for
I don't think
political
anybody
reasons.
wants to hear that.
Probably not.
And number 3, I don't have it written down, but just from driving to and from the doctor's appointment today, I think now, it used to be, my opinion was 65 and older, you should have to take the driving test
Sure.
every year,
Retirement
written
age.
and driving, both tests every year to stay on the road, keep your license. Now I think everybody should, because I am so frustrated with the bad drivers out there,
Okay.
and people just like sitting at green lights. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you the benefit. I'll give you like 5
Sure.
seconds, which I think is more than some people give people.
Yeah, look at
Then I'll give
courtesy,
you the beep.
you know, like you're texted at a red light.
You shouldn't be.
No,
Well,
you
no,
shouldn't be.
you shouldn't, but at least you're doing it at a red light instead of while
Right,
driving.
Still not great.
No.
Still not great. People like changing lanes without blinkers and just like weaving in out of traffic. Like, just chill, relax. Like, whatever
So
you're upset
saying,
about.
like, every year you need to retake
Every
your
year.
driver's
Every year.
Absolutely not.
test.
No.
Every year. Every year.
I could see every like, what is it, 4 or 5 with your driver's license.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
okay.
That
Every
seems
time you
fair.
get like in order to renew your license, you also have to take the test.
Yeah, like
I feel like that's fair.
I do too.
Okay. And then to lump this into driving as well, I think all parking lots and parking garages should be publicly owned, and
I agree.
and taxpayer money just goes for it, because that's so silly that like, oh, I got to go to the doctor's office, but I have to pay to park at your doctor's office, like something that is required by me. I get it to an extent that like everything is capitalism, but I don't want to have to pay to go to the zoo or to the doctor, to like, you're making your money off the food and the tickets to get in and the expensive hospital bills, but that's just me. I'm just an old curmudgeon. You know, it is what it is. Steph, you're next. Go.
Oh, okay. So I kind of talked about how I pushed through with my schooling for spring break.
Yes.
Well, it was by the time that we're recording this, it's been my first day back, but in reality, I'm like halfway through the week. So
okay, good.
My first week back went kind of smooth. So far, so not too shabby. But with my classes, I only have like 3 modules left.
That's so exciting.
The only downside is one of those modules is supposedly the equivalency of 45 hours. So I don't know what that means. Yeah. So
that's rough. Yeah.
Super close. So we're getting there. My goal is to have it done by the end of April. So
that's not too bad. That's not,
I talked about last time my sister was coming up, so it was fun. We did an early birthday celebration because her birthday's in April, but we won't see her for her birthday. So
bummer.
That was nice. But we took her out to a local Argentinian restaurant.
Ooh.
Like actual, like,
authentic.
You know, authentic Argentinian.
You haven't taken us there.
So. No, but I guess if y'all want to come down and experience it, we can go next
That'll
time.
be fun.
I feel like she doesn't think we're cultured, Larissa.
Stop.
But yeah, so it was really good. They have really good empanadas, and they're so good. They're handmade and just everything, and they're super yummy. So
is it in your town or?
Yeah, super close. Okay. It's like probably only like 15 minutes from the house.
Oh, okay, cool.
So super close. So,
nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, real quick.
Simple.
Speaking of your town and things you have, you guys have that cigar and bourbon or cocktail place.
We do.
We're getting one of those too.
We are. We just found out.
That's exciting.
Yeah, except for their profile picture that they've used on social media is AI art, and whatever. Like it's upsetting. Whatever. But what's funny is it's like it's got the picture in the middle of like the normal stuff. But then it has the city name on one side and the state on the other. And like halfway through the city name, it just like starts to dissolve and like go away.
So
because it's AI.
It's noticeable.
Yes.
Basically is what you're saying for that.
Yeah. And I'm like, I bet if I was like, hey, here's a new logo, I'll give it to you for $100. They would just pay me, whatever. I know my worth's not, it's probably worth more, to pay higher for a logo, but I don't know how to do art, but I can do better than AI art.
I'm sure you can.
And I don't know any artists, so I can't.
Oh, nope. No artists know here. Nope. Absolutely not.
Oh, Larissa, your turn.
Yeah, it is my turn. So,
a local artist here on the Shifting Toes podcast.
I had no idea.
Well, yeah, I don't really do logos, so
that's true.
They'll have to find a different artist.
Believe me, plenty of people have asked you to do logos before.
I'm very picky about that because logos, it's not just like a regular old commission. A logo is like something you're paying for to like keep for 20 years, and like it's a mark of your artistry, and if you don't feel comfortable enough with that, like, it's like a bad tattoo, you know? If you put
That's
a bad
fair.
tattoo on someone, they're gonna not like your name.
Like a
It's like,
praying mantis or like a
Wow.
stop.
stars.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, Steph. Sorry, jeez.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding.
How fun. So, yeah, this weekend, Sam and I went to a murder mystery party with a few
Ooh.
That
friends.
we did. That we
Yeah, it
did.
was super fun. It was 1920s theme, and I did up my hair for it. I cut my hair little bangs, a little baby micro bangs. I went a little trendy, and I usually like to have my hair dyed like a dark black, so I just perfectly on theme. So I was like, I gotta make sure I get this hair done before the event. So we drove down there. We did not solve it correctly
Oh,
because someone that we knew who worked the event lied to us and informed us that
wow.
it was going to be one of the volunteers. So we were like, it sounds like it's this person. But this worker told us that it wasn't going to be an actor. So let's
Wow.
figure something out. So we like
So,
you go
so was
ahead.
your gut feeling right then? And you
Yes.
ignored it?
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
Oh,
much.
So
that's
the
a
problem
mistake.
is,
Hmm.
I would say the other big problem is too is like knowing what we thought we knew is that it was one of the audience members. But the
Hmm.
other thing was all four of us were, we like doing this kind of thing. We're
Hmm.
smart. Dee reads a lot of books.
Sure.
Andy plays a lot of video games, like
Hmm.
a lot of investigative
you,
stuff,
you thought you had this in the
We
bag.
were too big brain about it.
We
We
were
were
very
like,
Oh.
too big
oh,
brain.
well, if you go back through the history of this and this reasoning and this and this,
Right.
I'm like, no, it's a murder mystery event that like a local community theater puts on. Like
It
it
was
doesn't
so
need
good
to be. It
though.
was super good, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm saying it doesn't need to be big brained. It was for just
No, it
Were
the
didn't.
everyman,
Were there a lot of people there?
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a pretty
except for
big
our table.
crowd. Well, it
That well,
happens.
like four of the people didn't show up at our table, but that was
Oh.
okay.
One of
It
them
made it
did.
fun. I don't.
There's only
Yeah, I
8
don't
to
know
the
if he was supposed to be
table.
at our table or if he just kind of hung out at our table, but he was very nice.
He
Yeah,
felt bad for you guys.
that's true. Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
having. He's like, dang, this is the losers
Look at these
table. I
losers.
gotta.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty much our weekends. I don't know if we really did anything else worth of note, I've just
No.
done regular old human things, trying to catch up on laundry. They were used.
Finish solo leveling.
Yeah, we
Nice.
did. Yep.
That's pretty cool. Is that all you guys got?
Yeah, I think so.
For me, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. There was no good segues. You guys didn't play the role. So today what we're going to be doing
Okay.
is we're going to try to make the perfect versions of things.
Okay.
I don't really have a
Okay.
catchy title or a catchy,
Sure.
slogan for this one.
Mhm.
The idea is that we're just going to talk about,
Mhm.
hey, we want to build the perfect blank or a new
Okay.
blank. And so we're just going to try that and see where it goes and see if we can agree on things or disagree. Why
Mhm.
not?
Okay.
That kind of stuff. So we're going to start with something super simple. I think it's something everybody can agree on that they have a favorite of, perchance. We're going to try to build the perfect sandwich.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I
Now,
think.
I was thinking you were gonna say the perfect shonen, but okay, this works too.
No. No, you're a fool. So for the perfect sandwich,
Okay.
Okay.
I think we should start simple. I think we should start at the bread. What kind of bread would make the perfect sandwich?
Pretzel bun.
Pretzel
pretty
bun's really good.
solid.
It's pretty
Pretty
good.
solid,
It's
yeah.
like whenever I
Mhm.
see that on a restaurant menu, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yes, because like the saltiness with it. So
Mhm.
that for me is like really good.
I like a good ciabatta
I
bread
was gonna say
sometimes.
the
I know
same too.
sometimes it's a little dry, depending
Mhm.
on where you get it.
Okay.
Sure.
Pretzel is very good.
Mhm.
I'm also trying to think too, like maybe a nice sourdough where you get like that flat sandwich. You can panini it down.
Mhm.
Because where with
It's
the
true.
pretzel bun, you can't panini it, but doesn't need to be paninied.
I was gonna say, how many times are you eating a panini?
Twice a day. Twice a day. My breakfast panini and my
Mhm.
Oh, I see.
my afternoon panini. It's in between my lunch and dinner paninis too. Yeah.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
So
Sometimes
4
4
times.
paninis.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I was supposed to say.
Larissa, do you agree with pretzel bun? Is that what we're gonna go with?
I think so. I mean, when I was in college, we had a local, well, it wasn't local, it was part of our food court system where you could build your own sandwich. And I would always get a pretzel bun because it was always available. And so I got to go with
It's just
that.
good. It's just so good. When you said like bread, I was like, that's the
Mhm.
first thing that came to my
Absolutely.
Pretzel.
mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Pretzel. All right. So next, I think what would be the next like layer on it? Would we go with like a protein, like a meat?
Yeah,
Probably next.
Yeah.
And then we'll
I would
stack
say
everything on
so.
top of that.
Okay, sure.
Because
Okay.
you gotta have the meat to pair it with other things.
Right. And we can have
That's true.
multiple meats. We can
Mhm.
have one meat. We don't have to have meat, I guess, technically.
That's true, technically.
But that would be a horrible sandwich.
Ooh, I don't know. I went first last time. Someone else goes.
Sure, no, that
Marissa,
makes
hit us.
sense. So I'm assuming we're not going for a burger, even though you can consider it a handheld.
Yeah, I don't like hand. I want a sandwich.
Okay. So well, we have a pretzel bun, so that's going to affect my meat choice. I feel like you're going to have to choose something that's a little bit more grabs your attention. Like
more
turkey
hearty
would be fine, but like that would be like a secondary meat with this. I almost want to go for like a pastrami or something similar to that. You know, a nice. I don't know.
Like it's hearty. Yeah, I mean it can be. It doesn't have to be thinly sliced always, but it should be. I mean, I don't want a thick chunk of pastrami. I guess you could more like a brisket style.
I think turkey is always a classic.
It is classic for sure.
So should we slice these deli style then if we're putting multiple meats on there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably. A pastrami, and then like for the turkey, do you want like like a buffalo turkey where it's got like the rind on the side, or like a smoked turkey of some kind?
I think smoked turkey would be
smoked
best.
turkey. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think personally, I know we have the pastrami and the turkey. I think I want to add some bacon on it. And I know pastrami and bacon. I know that could be a little. But bacon is like the best part of a sandwich. Like I feel like a perfect sandwich has bacon on it.
Then we take away pastrami.
Yes,
but,
I would have
but
to. But
you want pastrami? That's fine.
No,
I mean,
no. You can't have.
Because then we're just making a turkey bacon sandwich. Like,
that's fine.
You think a turkey bacon's the best meat sandwich?
I mean, you're the one who wants the bacon, so one of us has to compromise.
Well, no. How about we all pick a meat? Why don't we all pick a meat?
Well, then, if you're picking bacon, I have to pick something different.
Okay, no, you can pick pastrami. I'll pick something different.
Okay.
I'm gonna do like a sliced buffalo chicken.
Okay.
So it's gonna be similar to the turkey. Steph's squinting her eyes now.
I'm squinting because I'm just like turkey pastrami and a buffalo chicken. I know. That just sounds like a lot of flavor.
It does.
Okay. You know what? I won't add one. We'll just do turkey and pastrami. That's fine.
Okay.
So next, before we get to like we'll do vegetables next. We'll do vegetables next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I guess, do we want a cheese on this?
Well, of course, but I feel like cheese goes on top of your vegetables.
You think cheese goes on top of the vegetables?
Really?
What?
I think cheese goes on the meat. Oh, wait, that's a good question. Is it a hot sandwich or a cold sandwich?
Oh, it's a hot.
Oh.
Hot sandwich. Okay.
I was thinking cold, so.
Oh.
Wow, we are all over the place. We're trying to make the perfect sandwich and we can't make anything
We're not
right.
compromised. We're not good at this. I was assuming hot, but
I mean, I prefer a hot sandwich. When I think of deli meats, I think of them as cold.
Same.
But
interesting.
I think we can do a hot sandwich, or at least the meats can be hot.
Yeah.
The whole thing doesn't have to be hot.
I don't need the whole thing hot. At least the meat be warmed.
Yeah, because you don't want like hot lettuce.
No.
Yeah, or like a hot tomato. No, but at least like when you bite into it, you can taste that just like little remaining heat from the meat. Like that's it.
Okay. So I do think I agree with Steph on this. We should go cheese next because the cheese is going to sit on the meat and kind of melt into it a bit. What cheese?
I think we should go with something a little sharp. With the pastrami and the turkey. Like pastrami is very strong, so you're gonna want something to counteract it.
Like a Munster, maybe.
Maybe.
What's the Swiss, right?
I mean, Swiss, that's your standard for pastrami. Yeah, that's boring though.
Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something that's more fun, that's sharp.
A smoked Gouda?
Oh, wait, yeah. If we're doing smoked turkey, it would go great.
Smoked Gouda?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to build a sandwich myself. I'm just throwing ideas out there and trying to influence.
No, but I like Gouda.
Okay, that's very Gouda.
Gouda.
Okay. Steph, you're a monster for that one.
Oh.
Okay, so we have our cheese. Just one slice? 2 slices?
2. Minimum.
2? One on top of the meat, one on below the meat? Or 2 on top?
Like 2 side, like next to each other.
Yeah, on top.
Wait, what do you mean next to each other?
Like overlapping. Like you put one and then kind of like...
I see. Okay.
Half-seas, so it's a little more.
And just 2 slices of Gouda? Smoked Gouda? Okay.
Does that make sense where they're overlapping
I know
a little?
what you mean. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
So you get more in the middle bite.
Absolutely. All right, so next is veggies. I think this is probably the most important part of the sandwich.
For sure.
Because I kind of think it makes or breaks it. Because you can eat just a pastrami turkey cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
But the veggies add a lot of depth.
They sure do.
What are we thinking? I know which one I want to add.
I'll
let you go first.
Tomato.
Oh, controversial.
Oh, I love tomatoes.
Normally, I would agree with you. Well, okay, how about we make it like a sun-dried tomato? Because that's the only form of tomato that I find that I enjoy.
Ooh,
we don't have to have tomato.
No, sun-dried tomatoes good.
No, sun-dried tomatoes are good. I like them.
You like sun-dried tomato stuff?
I don't know if I've ever had a sandwich with them on it.
Like a roasted sun-dried tomato where like they kind of look like a red pepper. Like sometimes they're in strips, you know?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever had that. Maybe.
I think it's a compromise.
I think it's just been a while. Yeah,
it's tasty.
That's
fine. I enjoy it a lot. I don't like tomatoes mostly because I feel like I'm biting into water. So that's the same reason I don't like iceberg lettuce or any of those very watery.
So I'm guessing lettuce is off the table too. Is what I'm hearing.
We're making the perfect sandwich. Nobody wants lettuce on that.
That's crazy. I love lettuce and tomatoes.
Really
you
funny.
chose tomatoes. We're going with roasted sun-dried tomatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, Larissa, next veggie.
So I'm trying to think, how are we gonna balance it? I know you're a big arugula fan, but I feel like it's too bitter. Yeah, I feel like it won't go well with that sharp flavor, the bitterness of the arugula. I feel like it's a little too much. So,
but we don't want lettuce. Lettuce is
no,
usually too plain.
No.
Whatever.
So,
it's too basic.
I love a good spinach, you know? It's very classic.
Okay.
But I know that's a little boring. So I'm trying to think of my other different lettuce types.
What about like a mixed green? Like
Fine.
it's kind of plays the all three of those, lettuce, arugula, and spinach all together. And it doesn't have to be all three of those.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you get a salad and you get the mixed greens. You know what I'm talking about?
That's fine. I'm good with that.
Steph, are you not happy with this?
No, I'm good with that. If that's, I can compromise.
Look, I'm not trying to build a sandwich.
I like
myself,
all the
guys.
greens.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So yeah, there are definitely some really good greens out there. I don't know if I don't think kale would go well on a sandwich.
No.
I don't know how many other veggies do we need? Because
as many as we want.
I don't think it should be too much because like you want to overpower it.
So we got the lettuce and tomato. I do think that it needs some sort of pickled or peppered vegetable.
I agree.
So I think banana peppers.
Yes, actually, that's the only like pickled thing I like.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Banana peppers. Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then bacon. And then
no.
Oh crap! Sorry. Thought we were going back to bacon. Okay. And now the piece de resistance for any sandwich.
Sauce.
The sauce.
Hell yeah.
Now, normally for a sandwich like this, I would suggest a garlic aioli.
Yeah, that'd be really tasty.
But the pastrami's throwing me for a loop.
I
almost think we need a chipotle sauce of some kind.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't want barbecue.
Well, because we're doing two also like smoked, like the smoked turkey and smoked.
Absolutely. A pastrami is kind of associated with smoked meats, so
we could do a chipotle garlic aioli.
I don't know if we need the garlic. I think just a mayo-based aioli would be good if you wanted to have a little bit of heat. I think the chipotle would be a nice factor, especially with the pretzel bun.
Like a chipotle mayo, just that.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. What about, I was trying to throw some variety in chipotle honey, like a honey chipotle mayo. That's a thing.
Yeah, no, I think
that little bit, that
bad.
tiny bit of sweetness in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's also, there's so many different sauces.
There's
like
there is.
1,000 different wing sauces that we could probably name.
Unless now this is crazy because
okay, here comes crazy stuff
but,
with their crazy sauces.
I know it's like a pretzel. Do you think like some sort of not like spicy mustard, but
I like that idea.
Ooh, okay.
Like a brown mustard or something rather.
Yeah, like a spicy Dijon mustard,
something like that.
Okay,
that could be good.
I'm not a huge mustard fan normally, but when it's usually like a brown mustard or like a Dijon or honey mustard of some kind.
A homemade. Let's specify. This is homemade. This is
homemade
crafted.
Yeah, a homemade spicy honey mustard.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that.
Okay,
with some mayo, just to like give it a little bit of creaminess.
Whoa, we're doing two sauces?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know if the listeners are ready for two sauces.
Overload. Kidding. I don't know.
Okay, I say if we do that, one goes on the bottom bun, one goes on the top bun.
Sure.
To balance them out.
Oh, okay. I like that.
So you just want a basic mayo on the bottom?
Yeah, just basic.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd probably blend the most.
Yeah, and then okay. Well, there you go, guys. There's our perfect sandwich we built for you. I want everybody to go try it. It's called the shifter.
Oh.
Because it's shifting tones.
Yeah,
trademark this. This is our sandwich.
Absolutely. Okay.
So we have a pretzel bun base with some mayo spread on, and then some pastrami. Is that thinly cut pastrami, Larissa?
Yeah, I don't really like a
thinly cut pastrami, and then some thinly cut smoked turkey. Yep, and then 2 slices of smoked Gouda.
Yes,
and then some mixed greens. Some roasted tomatoes.
Sun-dried tomatoes. Yes.
Roasted dried tomatoes. Yeah, sun-dried tomatoes. Some banana peppers, and then some like a spicy honey mustard sauce, and then top pretzel bun.
Yes.
Okay, you're welcome. Go eat it because it's the best sandwich you've ever had.
It sure is.
Now I'm like curious how that would taste, especially because I forgot about the banana peppers. So I'm like, oh, would mustard and banana peppers go together?
I think it would work still.
We could go to the store and try it for dinner. We could just
it.
go get the ingredients. It wouldn't be much.
That's true. That's true. That'd be fun.
Okay, so next, now that we have the perfect sandwich, I want to create, and this was one I thought maybe doing a whole episode for, but I think we can just do it quickly.
Sure.
Okay.
Is I think we should make the perfect holiday.
Oh, right.
So I want to make a new holiday.
Sure.
Okay.
I want to make the perfect holiday.
I like this idea.
And I'll give us a start, and then we'll run with it.
Okay.
Because it's the part I've already thought of the most, is when the holiday should be. I think it should be the first Saturday in August.
Okay.
Now, specifically Saturday. I don't need it to be on the same day every year, like the 12th or the 5th or whatever. The first Saturday in August. That way, it's always on a Saturday.
I love that.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's no holidays in August that are nationally celebrated holidays.
At least in America.
Yeah, at least in America. And two, it's kind of that thing before school, you know? It kind of, because if you get a little too close to when school starts, some schools start like middle of August, some start like Labor Day. You don't know when it's going to start. So first Saturday of August.
Okay, I like it. So basically it's like everyone can participate then. Everyone
can participate except for bad drivers, yeah.
So then everybody, so it's interesting you say the Saturday. So it's not like a holiday. You don't want to get off work for this holiday.
Oh, I didn't think about, okay, hold on.
What if it's like the first Friday and you get like a Friday off?
My only issue with that is I do like giving people the day off because I think people would really pay into that. However, not everybody's going to get the day off. I mean, and that's true on a Saturday too.
That's true too.
To be fair, there's still going to be people that work at, what are those called? Necessary jobs. What are those?
Essential jobs?
Essential jobs. Gas station, hospitals, even fast food places. A lot of them are open on major holidays. But if Christmas is on a day of the week, usually almost everybody's closed. I mean, for the most part.
Sure.
Like, most restaurants are closed for the most part. Most stores are closed.
So you want this to be on like a Christmas Thanksgiving type level? Like,
oh, yeah. No, I want this to be nationally celebrated. I want people to like either get the day off or maybe they get that Friday off. I don't know, whatever. But I think it doesn't have to be on a Saturday. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, the only reason I really like it on a Saturday or a Friday would work too, or even like a Monday, was you get that weekend. Because I always hate it when like Christmas, like you said, falls on Wednesday. Because then you go to work, have a holiday, then go back to work. It doesn't feel like an extended weekend. That's the joy of a holiday, is an extended weekend.
That is true. And then you can celebrate, like, you could either go places on the weekend and have that extra day of travel or something like that too. Right. So I do think maybe like a Friday or a Monday.
You know what? Friday makes sense because as much as I love Monday, getting a Monday holiday, like your Labor Day, your Memorial Day, all that stuff, it does suck because if you do want to do anything fun and celebrate, specifically on that day, you know you have work in the morning.
Exactly.
So it's like it's always got to be that like 1 p.m. cookout. It can't go into the night.
Is there any holidays other than the ones that just like randomly fall on a Friday that actually are on a Friday?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, there's religious ones like Good Friday. Every job I've had recently is, what's it called? Black Friday is like a holiday. We can.
That's true. Yeah.
But I don't consider
Black
it a holiday.
Friday, yeah, that's like an
extended Thanksgiving.
But other than that, no. I mean,
okay, so we could be
most holidays are Monday only. Yeah, we could be the first Friday only.
First Friday only holiday. I kind of like that idea, and then it's still that extended because you just go to work Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday you have off.
4-day work week. We love it.
Yeah,
we do love it. Okay, so we got the day set. It's a Friday, first Friday in August.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, so now that we have that, we know it's a summer holiday.
Of course,
because it's an American. Like, I mean, this could be celebrated worldwide, I guess.
Sure. The
origins will obviously be American because we're coming up with it, but it can be celebrated worldwide. So I'm sorry, Southern Hemisphere folks. This is technically your winter, but it still plays the same, I think. So how do we approach this? Do we want... I'm trying to think of the next part to talk about. I think, should we base around any sort of like historical thing or tradition or, phase of the moon, phase of the sun, things like that, where it's like there's a reason behind it?
Well, I don't think the moon would work because that would just like rotates, right? Right. And if you're having a rotating holiday, like it's just not gonna either line up at all.
Right. That's absolutely true. Now, there's probably tons of significant things that happened on whatever, the first Friday, but then we're keeping it on a Friday where it's not like, on the 5th of August in 1649, this happened.
I feel like when I think of like the end of August, because I think for me, the start, well, not the end, sorry. The start of August is kind of, in a way, I always like just think, because I know with the American school system, August for me is like back to school.
Absolutely.
So I could definitely see it being kind of like a big family celebration before kids go back to school. Not to say it's a kid holiday. I don't want to just be like, no, it's all for kids. But I was kind of thinking, like, in a way, when the US did their school, it's kind of the end of like harvesting. Not harvesting.
Right.
I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. It's
like,
I know what you're
it's
talking
kind
about,
of arbitrary.
You're supposed to like, the kids were supposed to go out and work all summer with planting and like that type of thing. And then you're supposed to have this like, well, then you go back to school because you're done working. So it's almost like, I don't know. I could see a theme of like, yeah, you're off Friday because you're celebrating not working, but I don't know.
Well, we could make up a reason for it.
Well, yeah.
I like holidays a lot of times have like silly traditions that was spawned from something small and then became this huge thing. Like with Easter, it being a religious holiday, the point of it is the death and resurrection of Jesus. However, it's Easter Bunny themed.
It's true.
Finding eggs.
Right, finding eggs and getting baskets of chocolate makes no sense. Right. Christmas is the birth of Jesus. And now it's about Santa Claus and presents and stockings and candy canes,
Sure.
So I like the idea of maybe having at least something. I do like your like end of harvest, or
it could also be an observation day, like President's Day is an observance of all the president's birthdays, even though they don't all fall on that day.
Okay. What do you want to observe?
Something summer related, for sure.
Okay.
And I do like harvest, for sure, but I don't know, because we're not farmers.
I don't know how to tie that in. I'm not a farmer, so I'm like,
oh man.
I was just thinking the timing of the year. Like when I think like...
It could be a corn festival.
No.
Well, America's so big on their corn.
Yeah, but not everywhere has corn.
Well,
that's true.
Like a lot of people have corn in America.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like, why are we celebrating corn? Because then everything's gonna be corn themed.
Yeah, it's fair.
And that sounds like the lamest holiday.
And that's a little corny.
Oh, that was an amazing joke.
Thank you.
Okay, so not a specific vegetable or fruit.
Let's see, like, historical events that have happened in August. Maybe that.
I was gonna say, the only thing with harvest is like Thanksgiving is kind of in a way already celebrating the harvest. I was just thinking, like, just based on the timing of the month, August is normally hot. It's super hot.
I know, because I want it to be like a pool themed kind of holiday where you go hang out by the pool or by the beach,
What if it's just like Water Appreciation Day?
It could be. Environmentalism,
No, we already have Earth Day.
Oh, I guess that's true.
What about, it could be Water Day.
It could just be Water Day, where like
obviously we'll come up with a better name for it, but like, yeah, to celebrate water, like all of the important things of water, like surfing and swimming, and just it gives everything life,
Yeah, the importance of water. It's eternal. It's holy.
It can be both educational, getting you in the school mindset for the kids right before they go back to school, but it's like in a way like a water day. It's just not to say like waste water, everybody, but
no, you were celebrating
water. Because that could also be like, for some people that could be religious.
For sure,
I like that.
Some people could celebrate it religiously or spiritually, or just an appreciation for water, because it is one of the basic needs of humans. So everybody can appreciate water in some way or capacity.
Absolutely. Okay.
And you could add environmental things if you wanted to on that day.
Yeah, so some people can make it more educational or not.
Absolutely. And you have that with a lot of holidays, like, something as silly as Groundhog's Day. Like, you learn about, like, weather patterns and stuff, and it's literally just about a
silly tradition. Yeah.
And then I was thinking, well, when we go down 10 plus years in the future and it's August and it's 120, we're gonna be like, man, I want some water.
I know.
I'm so happy it's Water Day. Like, so
that's when we get an extra ration of water, right?
Yeah, everybody gets one extra ladle worth. So now that we have that settled, all right, we're celebrating water, just everything that water provides. That's cool. I love that. And because of that, are we doing gifts? Now, I think this is a big part of it, because it doesn't have to be gifts, but I think that there should be something specifically that is given or received, or
like a food,
something along those lines. And I only say that because when I think of the best holidays, where your top 3 holidays, I guess, for a lot of people, especially children, and children love holidays the most. Is Christmas. You give and receive gifts. you have your stockings, you have your presents, you have your cookie exchanges, all that stuff. For Easter, you have chocolates. You have, people have a big feast usually. I mean, on all these holidays, there's usually a big feast of some kind. And then, you have your candies and Easter eggs and all that stuff. And then on Halloween, you give and take candy.
Sure.
So it doesn't need to be water
Hmm.
themed, because it's not like Halloween, it's All Hallows Eve has anything to do with candy.
No, not
Easter has nothing to do with
necessarily.
eggs,
Right.
Well, what if it's, I don't know, because I'm just thinking in the name, like watermelon. I don't know, like, because it's kind of summery too. I don't know.
You receive melon.
I don't know.
I like the idea of it being a cookout, like kind of Thanksgiving style, where everyone brings in their own favorite like cookout dish,
Their
like
favorite water dish.
yeah,
The favorite. Oh yeah, I brought frozen water this year.
yeah, popsicles and things.
No.
Well, I can see that. Popsicles or like snow cones. It's frozen.
What about milkshakes?
Yeah.
Because I like the, you have something sweet. It's because it's a holiday. You're supposed to indulge a bit. You're supposed to have a little something you shouldn't have. Treat yourself a little bit. I guess you could do popsicles. Is it going to catch on? Are people going to be like, oh man, the big Water Day celebration popsicle? I'm so excited for this year. We're doing blueberry.
I get what you mean, but I think it should be like, do we want it to be cookout based? Because I feel like that'd be ideal.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely have a cookout for it. I think some of the best holidays, 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day, are because it's a cookout. I think the holiday is meant to be celebrated outside.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a summer holiday.
Ideally by a pool or by
water.
Well,
by the beach, yeah.
By water would be fun, like if you take your whole family to the lake, or like you said, like a beach.
Or
like,
river, if you only have rivers or small streams.
Yeah. Okay.
You could be fishing, I guess, if you only have that access,
Now, what if I like the idea, perhaps you, stop me if you think this is dumb. What if it's essentially like a white elephant style thing, but it's something that's important to you? Like almost like a gift exchange, but it's like every year you bring something that's like meaningful to you.
I got it. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
I'm excited.
But
yeah,
I
cut me
feel
off.
like there should be like a picnic-based holiday. Not necessarily a cookout. You can't do a cookout if like you're limited, but you want to go to your water source,
Right, of course, on the beach, on the river, yeah.
And so you got your picnic basket and everything, but if you're gonna give anything, what if you give each other, like a cool new water bottle or a mug or something, like White Elephant style, or like
I guess, but not everyone I think would drink from a water bottle,
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are so picky. But I think I like the idea of like the importance, like what you were saying with the gift exchange, and just for whoever's like celebrating with you during Water Day, because like water is so important. So yeah, doing like
it could be a handmade gift. I don't know. It could be anything. Oh, what if like I said, so Easter you have your Easter bunnies and your chocolate. Sure. On Halloween you have your candies, and on Christmas you have your cookies. For the sweets. What if for Water Day it's saltwater taffy?
Oh, I like it.
Because saltwater taffy is a fun thing. You don't get it all the time, and it has water in the name. And I think it's fairly accessible for most people.
I would say so. Most
that
people
could be like the holiday,
carnivals, which
right.
Could also in the theme of Water Day,
you could celebrate it at a fair, you could celebrate it at the amusement park, whatever.
I like
it. Okay. So we have our saltwater taffy, maybe a gift exchange of something important to you, right?
Which some people could opt in for. Some people could do it, some people could not.
Right, and you don't have to buy. That's the thing. I don't want people to go out and buy things.
Right.
I want it to be something, again, kind of like a white elephant gift, but not just like, oh yeah, I'm giving out,
something
my
I
little
don't care about. It's like the opposite.
Gengar, yeah.
Something more meaningful.
Something more meaningful, and then maybe it's like, oh yeah, this was my first Water Day celebration. Like I got this, and it's something impressive. I don't know. Okay.
Oh, sorry. What if it's like we take a photo of the group and like we receive last year's photo?
Like everybody exchanges a photo?
Well, no. Well, like it's kind of not just like a gift exchange. It's more like we come together as a group, and then every year we know we're going to receive a photo, and we can memorialize that Water Day however we want. If you want to put it in a scrapbook or like.
But then what if you hate the people? But what if you hate the people?
Well, then,
the following year,
like any other gift exchange, you quietly just get rid of it.
I think it'd be important to take a photo. Maybe you could work that into the lore somehow. Like, oh yeah, you got to take a photo. Yeah. to capture the water spirits in the photo
There
or
you
something.
go.
Like
right at like when the sun, like if you're watching the sun from
yep.
as soon as the sun touches like the horizon, you gotta take a photo or something.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll see a water spirit. Yeah, it works into the lore. Now, I think we've pretty much got most of that down packed. I think we should give it a name besides Water Day.
Sure.
Also you have to wear blue on Water Day, obviously.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
You
no,
have
that's
to wear
great.
blue.
Yes.
Yeah, like
you
St.
have
Patrick's
to wear blue.
Day. You know, you gotta
like in St. Patrick's Day, you gotta wear green. Yeah. You have to wear blue. Okay, I like that.
Or if you don't want to wear blue, you have to wear specifically like vintage beach day kind of clothes or like vintage like outdoor trekking gear, you know? Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe, but I do like
blue.
I do like
Okay,
blue as a
that's fair.
theme. Sorry, Larissa. I know we're beating you
know.
down a little bit on this one. Larissa wants to create a second holiday. She just wants to live outdoors, I think.
Well, I just love when, like, on Christmas, you don't necessarily have to wear red and green. You can wear, like, a really fun, like, dress.
Sweater.
Yeah, or a good sweater, you know, that's well crafted.
You can wear a good blue dress.
It's true. You could.
Well, no, that's fair. I guess I get what you're saying, Larissa, because on St. Patrick's Day, yeah, most people wear green, but some people wear, like, traditional Irish clothes, like a kilt, like a kilt and, like a wool vest and wool sweater, like a nice Irish sweater and stuff.
Argyle, yeah.
I think we're talking about general though. Generally speaking, people can get creative with it later.
Yes, yeah.
People can dress or have like water faucets on them. I don't know, but like.
So blue is the theme,
Okay.
but if you want to celebrate water in another way, like your kayaking outfit, your like your outdoor picnic outfit, that's cool too. All right, so I think we do need a name because when you think of holidays, none of them have anything to do with anything. So Halloween, yeah, it's All Hallows Eve, but like
I was gonna
Halloween, ween? What's that about? Easter? Easter? I know there's probably some etymology there going on
all
with
of them
like.
do.
So speaking of, I think we should take like an ancient
what is water?
God of
Latin?
water. I don't know what water is in Latin.
I don't know, but I was just thinking it's probably got some base like Spanish, like agua, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it like AG?
Land for water is aqua.
Yeah, it was very similar.
Q. Yeah.
What about water spirits, like you said?
Latin for water spirit?
No. Like, because you're not going to get a Latin word for that necessarily. You're going to want to look for a spirit or a goddess of water.
Well, that's what I was looking at there's gods of water, like Poseidon and let's see, Pontus. There's a lot I can't pronounce. Delphin. The dolphin is a messenger of Poseidon. Oh, okay. Nephthys?
Is there anything?
Oh, isn't it Neptune is like the planet?
Neptune is one too, yeah.
Right? Associated with water.
Okay.
We could combine Poseidon and Neptune.
No.
What?
Poseidon and Neptune. Like, it could be like Postune Day. Or...
Postune.
Nepodon Day. No. Okay. No, I like your water spirit idea. So...
What about a non-Western?
From Slavic mythology, there's something called a Rusalka.
Okay.
It's a female spirit from Slavic mythology, often associated with bodies of water.
Okay.
There's obviously mermaids and sirens.
I love the mermaid.
La
Llorona, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like maybe making a mermaid work into there.
I think it's super fun. For the lore, the history.
Okay, we have Halloween. What about, now we have mermaids and Neptunes, we have Mertune. You celebrating Mertune this year?
Mertune?
Mertune?
But it's not mermaid.
No, I know, but the Mars sea.
Yeah, and mer is French for sea.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Mertune, I guess that works.
You celebrating Mertune this year? Does that sound fun? Does it sound like a holiday? Like
I would say in American dialect, it rolls off the tongue.
Mertune?
If you were just to say it. And then I could see the South being like, you going to Mertune? Like,
going to Mertune this year? I got the big Mertune festival coming up. Ding dong.
It also sounds like you're going to go to like a music festival almost, because it's tunes, music.
Oh yeah, this year's Mertune's out in the woods in like the middle of Montana.
Yeah, it's the next Coachella. It's Mertune.
It's Mertune. Okay, Mertune.
I like it.
Happy Mertune to you all, and may the water spirits be with you. Okay. Wow. Fun. I thought we were gonna get through at least like 3 or 4 of these, but it's already at the 50-minute mark.
Yeah, we struggled.
We're gonna hit you with
one more real quick. Okay.
Oh, we'll have to be lightning round almost.
Lightning round. We're gonna make real quick the perfect video game. And I know, wow, how are we gonna real quick make the perfect video game?
Okay.
That's
okay.
A big
That's a big ass.
Real quick style. Open world, fighting, puzzle, platformer. What are we talking?
Shoot. I liked a crafting game.
Story. Oh.
A crafting story game. Okay, it's a story crafting game.
I like
and
it.
by crafting, you mean like Minecraft?
No. Like more like
build it yourself type of world.
like where you
like Sim style.
Yeah.
Okay. Story based. Wait, what'd you say? Story based stuff.
I said story based.
Yeah, I love
story based
story-based,
crafting
yeah.
game. Okay. And I like the idea of an open world. I like that because those are like some of the best games. Is there any action in the game? Or do you need to defeat anything? Do you need to win anything?
I think you need to complete stuff to progress the story.
Yeah.
Do you want to compete in competitions maybe?
No, I hate those.
No, okay.
I think light combat would be fun. You know, nothing too stressful.
Well, that's why instead of a light combat, I was thinking if you're crafting things and like it's literally like, this one's the wood shop one. You have to make a better boat than somebody or a better toaster or something.
That's boring.
Okay. Well, why are we doing combat in a crafting game?
Because Skyrim's the best game of all time.
Well, then we shouldn't have done crafting.
Crafting Skyrim? What the hell are you talking about?
But I think it's more of a open world versus...
A lot of people design their Skyrim games like Sims. Like,
what about what about like a Sim City kind of thing, story based, but you're building towns. You're going around to places that don't have towns and you're building a town for people.
Like a town manager game?
Town manager
That's boring.
Well, I'm trying to create the perfect video game here, okay? I don't know. It's hard.
This one I feel like is a rough one.
Not lightning around this.
Well, that's it, folks. The best video game is a story-based crafting open world game where you go around and you build towns and sometimes you get to beat up people because you're upset with them.
Asterisk that because it's still being workshopped.
Absolutely.
It's being workshopped and there's tons of microtransactions.
All the different skins that you can purchase. Don't worry.
Yeah, if you want to press start on the game, you have to pay $5. Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, I was hoping to get through a couple more, but this was fun workshopping these. So we have our perfect sandwich, our perfect holiday. Maybe
they go together.
Yeah. Maybe is the traditional holiday dish.
It's a picnic food.
For Maritoon is the shifter. Okay.
I like it.
Like the shifting seas.
That just tied it all together. Yeah. I like
Technically, it probably should be a fish-based sandwich, but
nope.
I don't like fish.
No.
Okay. So there you guys go. If you want to celebrate, make your shifter. Celebrate Maritoon this August, which will be on August 1st. It's the first Friday of the month, August 1st.
I love that.
First, we'll be celebrating. We're going to have our Maritoon party.
Absolutely.
So hopefully you guys will join us. We'll tell you all about it. And thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for always tuning in, watching us, or listening, whatever it is. We love you all the same, mostly equally.
Wow.
You can find us on social media. Follow us on YouTube at Shifting Tones. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. Reddit and Blue Sky, trying to get back into that, like I said. You can follow us individually at Spiffy Steffi, at Larissa.Schaefer, and at Sir Captain Sam. So yeah, happy Maritoon to you all, and to all a good night. Bye.
Bye.